Welcome back to Prop News Time. Here are the headlines for the day. Maharashtra leads with over 50,000 housing projects registered under MahaRERA. Maharashtra has become the first state in India to register over 50,000 housing projects with the Maharashtra Real Estate Regulatory Authority, MahaRERA, which recently entered its ninth year. The state accounts for roughly 35% of India's total housing projects, with key districts like Pune, Thane, and Mumbai registering significant numbers. While Tamil Nadu and Gujarat follow, their numbers are far lower, with 27,609 and 15,322 projects, respectively. MahaRERA's role in regulating the sector and safeguarding homebuyers' interests has contributed to the rapid growth of the real estate market across Maharashtra. Mumbai Infrastructure MMRDA clears Phase 1 of UVSL to ease congestion and link key growth hubs. The Uttan Virar Sea Link UVSL Phase 1, spearheaded by the Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority MMRDA, is progressing rapidly with a revised layout that promises to revolutionize northern Mumbai's infrastructure. Originally conceptualized as the Versova-Virar Sea Link, the project was reorganized into phases after being handed over from MSRDC to MRDA in late 2022. The first phase, connecting Uttan to Virar, was approved for implementation earlier this week, while the second phase awaits feasibility clearance. With modern engineering features, international funding, and socio-economic benefits spanning connectivity, investment, safety, and sustainability, UVSL is poised to become a transformative link in the region. Hubballi expands airport and urban services under Smart City Mission. Hubballi is undergoing rapid infrastructure development in 2025, led by a Rs 273 crore expansion of its airport to accommodate 2,400 peak-hour passengers, with completion set for 2026. The airport also operates on an 8-megawatt solar power plant, supplying surplus energy to other Karnataka airports. Under the Smart Cities mission, projects like the Tolankere Lake Revival, Mahatma Gandhi Park upgrade, and Savari bike sharing system have improved urban livability. The city earned the Scotch Silver Award for Municipal Governance. Additionally, the revised Hubballi-Ankola Rail project will boost coastal connectivity, reinforcing Hubballi's emergence as a key urban and industrial hub in Karnataka. A residential flat spanning 633 square feet, sold in Lakshmi Shri Ram Heights in Palghar's Palghar town for Rs 44.5 lakhs. A residential flat spanning 693 square feet sold in Roop Rajat Park, Phase 3 in Palghar's Boisar for Rs 40.1 lakhs. A residential flat spanning 377 square feet sold in Imperial Splendora, C&E Wing in Palghar's Vasai East for Rs 31.56 lakhs EUP. Housing Board to release over 150 residential plots in Siddharth Vihar, Ghaziabad. In Siddharth Vihar, Ghaziabad, the Uttar Pradesh Housing Board is getting ready to offer more than 150 residential plots. This township, covering 635 acres along the Delhi-Meerut Expressway, is approximately a 30-minute drive from Noida city centre and Connaught Place. With ongoing infrastructure developments, including plans for RTS connectivity and improved road access, Siddharth Vihar is emerging as a promising residential destination. The area has witnessed significant growth, with over 40,000 residents already settled in various housing projects. Bengaluru sees 62% rise in new launches. Luxury homes drive Q1 sales. According to a report by JLL India, sales of residential real estate in Bengaluru fell 10% IPASAME year-over-year in the first quarter of 2025, totaling 15,340 units. Despite this dip, the city saw a significant 62% surge in new launches, reaching 20,484 units. The luxury housing segment, particularly apartments priced between rupees 3 crore and rupees 5 crore, witnessed a remarkable 119% growth in sales. Whitefield emerged as a key area, contributing 35% to the quarter's overall sales. The average property prices in Bengaluru rose by approximately 13% compared to the previous year. Chennai housing market sees 27% annual rise in Q1 2025 sales. Chennai's residential real estate market began 2025 on a strong note, with rising sales, improved buyer confidence, and steady demand. According to Kredai Chennai, sales rose 7% quarter on quarter and 27% year on year in Q1, reaching 3,783 units. Ready to move and near completion homes remained most preferred. The RBI's repo rate cut and revised income tax slabs have boosted affordability, especially for first-time buyers. Demand surged in southern suburbs and emerging hubs like Parandur, Minjar, and Sriperumbudur, driven by infrastructure growth and Metro Phase 2. With government support and a focus on regulatory compliance, the market is poised for sustained expansion, offering strong potential for both buyers and investors. Prestige Estates to invest rupees 10,000 crore in Ghaziabad Township project. Prestige Estates projects Lutted Thi plans to invest rupees 10,000 crore over 6 years to develop a 62.5-acre township. Prestige City, Indirapuram in Ghaziabad, its first residential venture in Delhi NCR. The 10 million square feet project will include 4,041 residential units and an 8 lakh square feet mall, with Phase 1 launching 3,421 units and a sales potential of over rupees 9,000 crore. Despite a 19% dip in FY24 sales bookings due to project delays, the company saw a 36% rise in average price realization. With over 300 completed projects, Prestige's new venture signals a strategic push into North India's real estate market. Navi Mumbai. NMC removes 64 illegal huts in Belapur as part of anti-encroachment drive. The Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, NMMC, recently conducted an anti-encroachment drive in Durgamata Nagar, Sector 08, Belapur, removing 64 illegal huts built on government land. Led by Commissioner Dr. Kailas Shinde and supported by senior officials, the operation involved heavy machinery, 22 workers, and police personnel. This action is part of NMMC's ongoing campaign to curb unauthorized constructions and protect urban planning norms. Officials have pledged to intensify such efforts in the future, underscoring their commitment to preventing the spread of illegal structures and maintaining orderly city development. Patna DM sets deadline to clear land mutation cases pending over 75 days. The District Magistrate of Patna, Chandrasekhar Singh, issued an order earlier this week to resolve all land mutation cases that have been pending for more than 75 days by the end of this month in an effort to increase administrative efficiency. The move targets key blocks such as Sampachak, Behta, Didarganj, Dhanrua, and Naubatpur, where the bulk of the backlog totaling around 14,108 cases remains. As part of the larger initiative to digitize and increase transparency in land-related services, the Patna Municipal Corporation has launched an online facility to expedite property mutation and tax assessments, and the Bihar government has implemented corrective measures to address procedural delays. Bengaluru. BBMP enforces safety norms for PGs amid rising complaints and violations. BBMP has implemented stringent regulations centered on safety, hygienic practices, and legal compliance in an attempt to control the rapidly growing PG lodging industry. The civic body has identified numerous unauthorized PGs and has already sealed several non-compliant establishments. Key mandates include minimum space per occupant, adequate water supply, CCTV surveillance, fire safety measures, and proper licensing. These actions aim to safeguard residents and restore order in residential areas affected by unregulated PG operations. Haryana amends land rate fixation policy to streamline procedures. The Revenue and Disaster Management Department's proposal to change the state's land market rate fixation policy was accepted by the Haryana cabinet earlier this week. Initially notified in November 2021, the policy aimed to standardize land valuation across various government entities to prevent legal inconsistencies. The recent amendment aligns the state's policy with the Central Right to Fair Compensation and Transparency in Land Acquisition, Rehabilitation and Resettlement Act, 2013. Key changes include adjusting compensation rates and simplifying procedural requirements, reflecting the government's commitment to enhancing transparency and efficiency in land transactions. Chandigarh. Janta Colony, demolition frees land worth INR 350 crore for redevelopment. The Chandigarh government destroyed Janta Colony, the biggest illegal slum in the city, which was situated in Sector 25, earlier this week. Approximately 2,500 unauthorized structures were razed, displacing around 5,000 residents. The reclaimed 10-acre site, valued at INR 350 crore, is slated for redevelopment into civic infrastructure, including a dispensary, primary school, community center, and shopping area. This move is part of the administration's ongoing efforts to eliminate slums and reclaim encroached government land. West Bengal government prohibits separate sale of terraces for commercial use. The West Bengal government has announced a ban on the separate sale or transfer of terrace rights for commercial purposes. This decision follows concerns over safety hazards, including unauthorized rooftop constructions and fire risks. The new guidelines mandate that terraces remain common areas with unrestricted access for all residents. Additionally, the minimum plot size for commercial construction in areas like Salt Lake and Sector 5 has been set at 8 kota. HDFC Capital Advisors settles AIF rule violation case with SEBI, HDFC Capital Advisors, and HDFC Capital Affordable Real Estate Fund I, HKR1, its Managed Alternative Investment Fund, AIF, settled with the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, earlier this week over a purported breach of AIF rules. The settlement came after the payment of INR 36 lakh and was initiated through suo motu applications by the firm. The case originated from investments made in 2016 in Acme Realties and Ascent Construction, where funds were allegedly used to service existing debt to HDFC Limited, now HDFC Bank, which raised concerns about conflicts of interest. SEBI's settlement order specifies that no further action will be taken unless misrepresentation or breach of the settlement terms occurs. Nexus Select Trust adds 0.3 million C50 grade asset in Ludhiana for INR 531 crore. Nexus Select Trust recently announced it has successfully acquired a commercial complex in Ludhiana that included a 96-key Radisson hotel and a shopping mall. The transaction, valued at an enterprise amount of INR 531 crore, includes a purchase consideration of INR 490 crore, associated stamp duty of INR 10 crore, and provisions for capital expenditure, such as hotel renovations and mall upgrades. The MBD complex, a Grade A urban consumption center, spans approximately 0.3 million square feet, with a current occupancy rate of 95%. Nexus Select Trust, India's first publicly listed retail REIT, continues to expand its diversified portfolio, which now includes 19 shopping malls, 3 hotel assets, and 3 office assets. 5 companies secure SEBI approval to proceed with IPOs. targeting significant capital infusion. Ajay Poly, Laxmi India Finance, and Veritas Finance were among the 5 businesses that received regulatory approval from SEBI earlier this week to raise money through initial public offerings, IPOs. Additionally, Rajasthan-based Jaju Rashmi Refractories and Kolkata-based Regal Resources received the green light to float IPOs. Veritas Finance aims to raise INR 2,800 crore, comprising a fresh issue worth INR 600 crore and an offer for sale OFS of INR 2,200 crore by key investors. Laxmi India Finance, Ajay Poly, Regal Resources, and Jaju Rashmi Refractories have outlined specific plans for fund utilization, ranging from debt repayment to expanding manufacturing capacities. Meanwhile, Earthwood Services withdrew its draft IPO documents. Aadhar Housing Finance posts 21% rise in net profit for Q4 amid board reshuffle. Aadhar Housing Finance reported a 21% increase in its net profit for the fourth quarter of the financial year 2024-25, amounting to INR 245 crore. The housing finance company's profit for the corresponding quarter in the previous year stood at INR 202 crore. Total income for the quarter rose to INR 834 crore from INR 692 crore in the same period last year, driven by a significant surge in interest income, which climbed to INR 722 crore from INR 596 crore. Asset under management, AUM, also grew by 21%, reaching INR 25,531 crore. Meanwhile, the board has appointed Raj Vikash Verma, former chairman and managing director of National Housing Bank, as an independent director. Q1 2025 sees stable housing prices in MMR and NCR with modest gains in other cities. During January-March 2025, housing prices in MMR, Delhi NCR, Chennai, and Pune remained stable compared to the previous quarter, according to PropTiger. In contrast, Bengaluru and Hyderabad saw a 5% price rise, while Ahmedabad and Kolkata recorded 4% increases. Despite continued year-on-year growth, the pace has slowed, signaling a more balanced market. PropTiger CEO Dhruv Agarwala noted that this stability may encourage end users while maintaining investor interest. Average prices per square foot stood at INR 12,600 in MMR, INR 8,106 in Delhi NCR, INR 7,173 in Chennai, and INR 7,109 in Pune. As 2025 nears, the market is expected to consolidate, supported by strong structural fundamentals. HUDCO posts INR 2,709 crore FY25 profit to raise funds via NCDs. HUDCO reported a 4% rise in consolidated net profit to INR 727.74 crore for the March quarter of FY25, up from INR 700.16 crore in the same period last year, driven by higher income. Quarterly income rose to INR 2,854.91 crore from INR 2,194.04 crore. For the full fiscal year, net profit increased to INR 2,709.14 crore, while total income grew to INR 10,348.38 crore. HUDCO also plans to raise INR 2,190 crore via unsecured taxable NCDs at a 6.9% annual coupon rate, maturing in 5 years. The move aims to strengthen its ability to finance housing and infrastructure projects nationwide. Flipspaces raises USD 35 million to fuel expansion in global markets. Flipspaces, a startup offering design and building solutions for commercial spaces, has secured USD 35 million, approximately INR 297 crore, from investors to drive its growth strategy. The funding round was led by tech growth investor Iron Pillar and included participation from existing investor, prudent investment managers, and new entrant Synergy Capital. The capital will be utilized to bolster Flipspace's presence in India, the US, and UAE, enhance its technology capabilities, and pursue inorganic growth in new markets and related sectors. The company has delivered over 8 million square feet of commercial space for more than 1,000 brands and achieved a CAGR of 65% over the last 4 years. AltDRX secures USD 2.7 million in pre-Series A funding to expand tokenized real estate platform. AltDRX, a Bengaluru-based startup specializing in tokenized digital real estate, has successfully closed a pre-Series A funding round, raising approximately INR 23 crore, USD 2.7 million. The investment was led by Qatar Development Bank, Times of India Brand Capital, Hindustan Media Ventures, Z Group, We Founder Circle Angel Fund, and NX Capital, with notable angel investors including Harsha Bhogle, Parthasarathi, and Richard Reiki. The funds will be utilized to acquire residential assets, enhance technology infrastructure, and cover marketing and regulatory expenses. Techno Electric launches USD 1 billion digital infra arm for data centers across India. Techno Electric and engineering company Lutte, TECLA, has launched its new digital infrastructure division, Techno Digital Infra Pivot Limited, backed by a substantial USD 1 billion investment aimed at establishing a 250 MW cumulative capacity of hyperscale and edge data centers across India. Commencing operations, the firm is constructing a 36 MW hyperscale data center within Sipcot IT Park in Sirusri, Chennai, encompassing 2 lakh square feet and integrating renewable energy solutions, battery energy storage systems, and advanced cooling technologies. TECL has also partnered with RailTel Corporation of India to deploy edge data centers in 102 cities, targeting Tier 2 and Tier 3 locations to empower sectors such as AI, BFSI, OTT, and healthcare. Asian Development Bank to support Nagpur in planning TOD zones around metro stations. The Asian Development Bank, ADB, is collaborating with the Nagpur Municipal Corporation, NMC, to develop a comprehensive framework for transit-oriented development TOD zones around key metro stations. This initiative aims to transform areas like Sitabuldi into vibrant commercial, entertainment, and mixed-use hubs, promoting walkability, enhancing public transport access, and encouraging sustainable, high-density development. ADB's technical assistance includes revising TOD policies, preparing detailed project reports, and suggesting policy-level modifications. A dedicated steering committee will oversee the project, ensuring coordination among various stakeholders. Dubai real estate hits unprecedented monthly sales, crossing AED 62.4 billion. Dubai's real estate sector witnessed a record-breaking month recently, with total sales reaching AED 62.4 billion, marking a 95.3% increase from the same period last year. This performance also ranked April as the third highest month on record by volume, with 17,979 transactions. The market update from FAM Properties indicated major growth across all segments, including villas, plots, apartments, and commercial properties. Compared to 5 years ago, the property market has skyrocketed in value by over 1,600%, showcasing Dubai's consistent momentum and global appeal for investors. Premium sales at Palm Jumeirah and Bulgari Lighthouse stood out as highlights. That's a wrap for today. Tune in tomorrow for the latest headlines.